Jump device charging at 10%. 20. 30. 4. Entering system. All Manket slots treaty. Entering system. Bala Alpha High Beta phased shockwave generator removed. Solar power plant Alpha. Successfully docked.
On behalf of Chairman Seo, the Talati Company wishes great profit to you and welcomes you on board.
Connection to local trading network established. Energy cells bought. Jump device charging at 10%. 20. Entering system. The whole. Jump device charging at 10%. Entering system. The whole. Entering system. Antigone Memorial. Free Argon Trading Station. Cyan 2.
Hey Jules, how did things go back at the gate? You managed to get rid of the mines? He left a while ago in a bit of a hurry. I tried to follow, but that son of a Talati used his jump drive. But something tells me that we'll find out on Antigone. When I was following him down there, I saw him using one of the museum's archive terminals. He was sitting there for like forever, and then all of a sudden he got really excited and ran off. Whatever he found at the terminal, it must have been something that looks like it'll make him a hell of a profit. Anyway, his next stop was one of the closed cabins at the comm center. And when he came out, he ran straight to a glider and left the planet with the orbital transporter. Some pilots here in the sector told me they saw a Talati ship jumping out of the sector. Seems he didn't leave me much of a chance this time. Yeah, Eleanor Coe told me already. She said the data you downloaded must have been stored there by the AP gunner for God knows what reason. Maybe they're the key to something, I don't know. Miss Coe sounded very skeptical about that. She said both TerraCorp and the Goners had already turned the entire museum archive upside down, but they didn't find anything interesting about the gunner. Personally, I think we've got at least a shot. We're sitting ducks here anyway, so why not use the time we have? I've contacted Bandana, and he said he tried to find our Talati friend. I'll stay around myself in case he shows up again. You better hurry. The next transporter will go down in a few Misuras. Let it take you to the planet and then take your rental glider to landing dock 18. That's where the Talati went. Try starting your investigations at those terminals I talked about. Perhaps you can use your comm device to compare the data you scanned off the gate with the Antigone archive. I'll be around when you get back.
Uploading data from storage device labeled AP Gunner. Searching through ship database of Antigone Station. Multiple possible matches found. Validating data. Match found. Data on storage device for ship registered under the name AP Gunner is identical with data for ship AP Sonra 44. Last departure from Antigone Station on 2:15:08:15.
Elena Cole here. Julian, good to see you. How are things going down there? Amazing! That's great news, Julian. Now I understand why we haven't found the AP Gunner. It's because it wasn't registered under that name with all the databases we were able to check. We would have never been able to figure out that it was registered under the name of AP Sonra 44 without the data you collected at the gate. I can't believe it's been sitting there right in front of us all the time. I can't believe my eyes. If that's really the AP Gunner in that video, and I don't dare doubt that, it really looks like they made it out of there alive. All these Yazuras who've been looking for the wrong ship, or well, at least the wrong name. Now I see why Kyle got excited. He must have been searching for the Gunner, hoping for some clues to find a way back to Earth. Maybe you should talk to Ferd Harling. He's an old friend of mine, but more importantly by trade, he's an info broker with offices on Antigone Memorial. Your father might even have visited him to get more information after he found out what we've just learned. If there's the slightest chance that someone knows a little more than the rest of us, rest assured that this one person always turns out to be Harling. The man knows everything. He's good at what he does. So, chances are your father went to Harling for help on finding the Gunner. I'll give him a call. I'm pretty sure he'll be eager to meet you. He's got quite a good relationship with your father.
Julian, if I'm not mistaken. For a moment there, I thought you were your father. Ferd Harling is the name. Let's go to my office. Take a seat. Whiskey? I've just spoken to Eleanor and heard about the disappearance of your father. Pity. When Kyle first came to me talking about the AP Gunner still being out there somewhere, I didn't want to believe him. I thought his search of a way back to Earth had finally driven him crazy. But now, this changes everything. It looks like your father came across something he shouldn't have. Not long ago, your father came here with this really crazy story about the Gunner, which, as I said already, I didn't believe for a caesura, until recently. Anyway, I provided him with the information he wanted. He robbed me blind on every kind of information about sightings of old ships, tracked signals on low frequencies, recordings of distress calls and stuff like that. That was about the last time I saw him. Now, here's the good news. When I spoke to him, he asked me to do some research on my own. So I did. So far, everything I investigated turned out to be bogus. However, I've got one trace that sounds promising. I was going to take this one myself, but now that you're here, well, I think I'm more useful if I stay here anyway. The trace I found will lead you to a sector called Niana's hideout. Some of my sources have reported that they picked up strange sensor readings, but didn't read much into it. It would be a strange coincidence, but who knows? Maybe this is the Gunner, sending a distress signal on a very low frequency no one uses anymore. The problem is, you'll need an LFL device to follow this signal. Without one of those, you'd be looking for a needle. And you know what they say about space. It can be a pretty big haystack sometimes. The low-frequency locator you need, or LFL, is basically a broadband dielectric spectroscopy scanning device. It's able to trigger frequency-dependent dielectric responses. The measured admittance is directly related to the complex permittivity, and... anyway, once it finds something, the beep will lead you to it. There's a catch, however. LFL devices don't sell like Bofu. In fact, these Tezuras, it's really hard to get one. It was quite an effort even for me to locate a guy called Mankazak. He's the only one I know of who still sells these devices, and you're not gonna like it. He's a Paranid. And in case you haven't met one of these friendly folks already, Paranid must be a derivation of paranoid. They wouldn't trust their own grandmother, even if they had one. And doing business with them is almost impossible. Their technology is very sophisticated and well known throughout the galaxy, but you can't say the same for their hospitality towards other species. You'll have to pull off some tricks to earn their trust before one of them will even consider speaking with you. Unfortunately, neither TerraCorp nor the Argon government have the best reputations with these fellas, so you're on your own with this. One thing, though. I've heard reports that they're troubled by pirates. Could be they'd appreciate some help in their sectors. Maybe busting some pirates could make you some new friends. I know it's not a lot to go on, but it's all the information I have at the moment. Any questions? Okay, I'll give Eleanor a call. Be careful with those Paranid. Good luck.
Argon Equipment Dock. Cattle Ranch Alpha successfully docked.
On behalf of our President and Senator, the Argon Federation welcomes you aboard.
Connection to local trading network established.